How are you all doing? Been out in the sun, maybe look a wee bit red around some places, I think. But we update the grip on the driver. Wow, absolutely night and day difference. So going 5 layers of tape mid-size was a great move, thankfully, because obviously I thought it felt good, but until you really test it. But yeah, great. Absolutely brilliant. Had a great round on Saturday. Played fantastic. If it wasn't for the 4 putt at the last, just went for it. Thought I'd hold the 2, and then actually, because it was downhill after the pin, actually putted off the green. And then a further 2 putts from there. No golf balls were hurt during that round, apart from that one that was misbehaving. But as it happens, finished third with a 4 putt. If I'd have got the 2, I would have won it. So you could say, well, we were going for it. I was going for it. It was not short. We'll learn. We'll get there. Tricky hole position. If you go by the pin, crazy fast. Greens are great. Quick sort of update on everything that's going on golf-wise. Hopefully going to be getting a game at Lanark, which is a top course, really top course. And Dalmahoy East course as well, which is another absolute belter, James Braid design. Very established course through Edinburgh direction. Also, on the video we did about, TaylorMade taking control of their advertising and promoting their own TaylorMade golf channel, a few of you did comment that some of it was cringe-worthy, and I see on the back of that a big huge manufacturer, Titleist, has attempted to do the same thing. And it's really interesting that these bigger companies are setting up their own YouTube channels and going what you would term independent, using their own tour staff and tour players. In Titleist's case, it was the chap who had a really good Masters, the name escapes me, really weird name, and Jordan Spieth, and we're hitting the irons and testing the irons out, and again, it was fairly cringeworthy. I don't know what they say to the guys, How much can a pro give feedback anyway? Because it went along the lines of they were hitting the irons and they were, wow. And then they were like, oh, the sole feels so much better than the previous models. And the mishits are at least 5 yards further than my old mishits with my current irons. Yes. Did I mention about the sole on these irons? Not staged in any way. They were hitting balls at the range, and well, whether this actually translates into sales or people watching it and going, yeah, I believe everything that Jordan Spieth's saying there, and he sounds really convincing. But then you've got Titleist and Top Bloke highlighted this, that they then went to the other extreme, getting their new irons and into the hands of mere mortals. In fact, people that have only just really taken up the game. When Titleist always wanted to be the premier iron company, stroke wood, stroke everything, they're always like the better players clubs, the ones that us hackers stayed away from, or were recommended to stay away from. Now they're trying to get a more universal approach and say that we've got an iron for everyone. Like every other manufacturer saying, we've got an iron for everyone. We've got a wood for everyone. And in some manufacturers' cases, they've got like 5 different woods for everyone and about 20 sets of irons. But don't worry, because in the next 6 months, I'll have another 5 woods for you and another 6 sets of irons. So if they don't catch you this time, they'll catch you in another 6 months' time. That just seems to be the way the stuff's going. Like I say, golf seems to be in a good place, a bit of a hiatus, but when you start stretching things, and again, the prices for these things, I know you say, oh, come on, Mike, stop harping on about the prices and stuff. But if you start putting things out of reach, then that's when you stifle the young talent that's out there that's not discovered yet, because they can't afford to take up the game. They can't afford to join a club. They get maybe a cheap junior membership, cheap youth membership, but then they're at uni and they maybe struggle a wee bit. They haven't decided what they're going to do yet. And then they get hit with, well, for the adult full membership here, it's £800, £900 a year. I mean, that's why the young kids have, missed so much golf. And then, like I say, the money that's in golf just now, they're throwing it at everything to try and build and make a champion, when no amount of money will ever buy you a golf game. If you see talent, you can develop it. The problem they've got, and they can't address this, is the top talent, the 1% that gets identified, absolutely gets everything thrown at them, right? They get free clubs, they get free bags, they get cars to go to women events, they get their entry fees assisted because they're supposed to pay them themselves. Everything gets flung at them through, because they're amateur, they're not supposed to be sponsored, but they kind of get like, well, if you use our clubs, we'll give them for free. So it's technically not sponsorship and they're not getting paid, but it's not costing them anything. So these guys don't really need funding to the same degree as what I was trying to make everyone listen to. You find someone out there, like a football scout does, who's been missed, but has like masses and masses of raw talent, never had a lesson and can, shoot the lights out. But they've no idea how to go about entering big competitions, getting through regional qualifiers, getting shown the ropes basically. Almost like a mentoring scheme. Now, plenty of pros in the past, like Shane Lowry, he was mentored by Darren Clark. And Darren Clark, I believe, helped him out financially till he found his feet. Obviously, once he found his feet and he won a couple of tournaments, he paid Darren Clark back. And Graham McDowell, I believe, helped someone as well. And the same sort of aspect, like mentoring them and helping them out and getting them places, because when you first start out, you really struggle financially to break even and even get yourself to tournaments. And if you're not fighting your way up that leaderboard and making money, then every tournament is a loss, but until you really find your feet. And that's where golf is. It's in a weird place just now. It's got the potential to go like massive, but it's also got the potential to implode. Like I said, because we've gone through this pandemic, we're coming out the other side. We might be going back into another pandemic. Who knows? Who knows what's around the corner? But everybody is charging like a lot more for green fees. They're milking it for like visiting parties and everything like that, because they're riding the wave of success, if you like. But if you push a wave too much, then it just goes as a surfer will tell you, and you just end up smacking yourself into the water, because global travel's taking a hit. I mean, why would you book anywhere just now to go globally anywhere? They're talking about Spain possibly going from amber to red in the next few weeks. They're even telling you that could happen. Portugal, all these golfing destinations for holidays. Never mind golfing holidays. Any holiday. Then you get hit with a bill and told to self-isolate for 10 days. You'd be off your head to take this by the horns and go off on a holiday somewhere until this all settles down. Will it settle down? Who knows? They're not really very excuse me. They're not very good at telling you any timescales or anything about what's going to happen. And that is where doubt creeps in and uncertainty, which then drives the market down. And that's what I'm saying. It'll have an effect on golf because eventually folk will be like, ooh, I don't know if I've got the money for this now. And tourism from abroad, like America and all the other places, oh yeah, we want to come across and play St Andrews. They'll be thinking twice about doing that. We want to play, all these other courses. Thinking twice, because how do we know if we have to self-isolate when we land? If we test positive, what happens? Oh no, what's going to happen? This is what's happening just now. Total, complete carnage everywhere. But that's my ramble for today. And I hope you've enjoyed it, because the channel's all for charity. I like to have these random videos, because on YouTube, in general, very few people actually shoot from the hip and tell it like it is and have an opinion. Because, for goodness sakes, don't put an opinion out, because someone might not like it. And to me, golf is all about opinions and viewpoints. But you should encompass them all and embrace them and take them forward so that you could become a better player. You'll never become a better player or a champion if you knock everything back and are defeatist. You'll never succeed, because you fail before you even get up and try. Get knocked down, get up, try again. So that's my message. Yeah, Mike, you're probably wasting your breath talking, because nobody watches these videos and actually takes a bit of notice or passes on your thoughts, because you're just an average hack who's trying to get better at golf. And in the scheme of things, smaller than a gnat's butt on a pimple. That might be the case, but that doesn't mean that you can't speak your mind and have an opinion, because opinions are there so that you can formulate ideas and maybe come up with better ideas and ways forward. If you're an open person, you can take things on board. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thumbs up for the channel if you can. Subscribe, because it's for charity. All the ad revenue from here. Macmillan, Help the Heroes, and Shelter UK. Thanks.